Hey team, this is video number 4. It's called Installing Packages. And it should be relatively simple. You can see on my screen the remains of video number 3, which is let's figure out how to get and set working directory. Let's assign a value to a variable. The thing we're going to do right now is install packages. So install packages is a function that takes a package name in quotation marks as its argument. So we're going to say, and you should do this now, write install.packages. And you're going to want, the first package that you really want is called the tidyverse. So you're going to go T-I-D-Y. Whoops. Now see, that's a typo. I believe I've asked for Toadyverse. Toadyverse doesn't exist. It's going to think about it. Package Toadyverse is not available. No kidding. So let's go back and fix that. Oh, here's a fun thing. You can get back to the last thing you typed by hitting the up arrow. Up. There's Toadyverse. I'm going to change it to Tidyverse. Going to hit return. Now, you'll get a whole bunch of gobbledygook, or you'll get a small amount of gobbledygook, either way. And at the end, it should say, the downloaded binary packages are in, you don't care. Once you have a package like Tidyverse installed, you next need to be able to use it. So just because you've installed a package does not mean that it's automatically going to be available to use. So in the context of your R code, you're going to want to use the function library. And library is exactly what it sounds like, library. So here's interesting. Because install packages takes the name of the package, we use quotation marks. But now that the package is installed, R will recognize it as an object. So you should write tidyverse with no quotation marks. It'll think for a minute. It'll load up the package. It will give you perhaps some conflicts. I wouldn't worry about that. That is all you need. But and you don't need to install packages more than once. However, every time you restart RStudio and when you write scripts, at the top of every script, you will need to library any function or any package that is not part of so-called base R. So the tidyverse, which is the way that we tend to deal with data sets in this class, is not part of base R. So you'll need to library tidyverse pretty much every time you start up R. Okay? Okay. Guess what? That's it. That's the end of the lesson.